Do not turn off your device. A Pint of Cthulhu interrupts its regular broadcast to bring you an exciting playtest.
We're interrupting to let you know that Salient Wealth has the situation under control as long as you remain in the safe house. For additional details and to prevent this from happening again, grab your copy of Cthulhu Dreamt now, on Kickstarter through September 8th.
This podcast contains adult language and themes.
You have just arrived to the firehouse, having gotten inside. The edge troopers, when last we left off, had attempted to follow you in, but had quickly left. You are alone inside of fire station number 6. This is Abigail Hupp's fire station that she works out of, and it is completely empty. Like, there's no one here, and it is dead silent for the moment.
Okay, then can I turn around to Abigail and say, Abigail, where did you keep the oxygen mask and the suits?
Should be over there in our equipment. In the equipment room.
Great, can you help us get them put on? Because I'm sure, you know how to work these.
Maybe, given the guards' attention, they don't seem like they're chasing us. Someone want to get the truck warmed up while we grab this stuff?
You trust me with the keys?
I can do it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, we gotta get it warmed up somehow, and I've got to show you guys how to use this. So, one of you do it. I don't care who. I don't want to know.
I'll get the truck. Don't worry.
You're an
I know what I'm
EMT.
doing.
Yeah, makes sense. You're faster.
All right. Sales, do we need to roll? I mean, obviously I would know where the oxygen and everything is at.
Yeah, no, you don't need to roll to get everybody hooked up. These are very... the devices themselves are quite simple. It's little more than a mask with a big tank that you strap onto your back. You're very easily able to get everybody kind of like set up and ready to go. What else were people trying to have? You were trying to get the truck started?
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
going to jump in the truck after getting our equipment on, and we're going to make a dash for it, aren't we?
Try to book it out of this goddamn city.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to see if I could break from the group and pull Captain Lamar aside and say that this is not a good idea. That at least one of us should stay behind and see what Sailing Wealth is up to. And I'm willing to take that risk.
You want to stay behind in Crazy Town?
I've been in crazier situations. It's just kind of one of those things where... if we find out what they're up to, maybe we could shut them down instead of just fleeing town and, having this place, basically control our lives.
Yeah, I hate to agree, but this is my people. I signed up to save these people, and I expect to save them. So, if you're just going to leave town and not come back, I'll be here with him. But you can more than welcome take the fire truck. I can turn a blind eye.
Alright. Well, it's your decision. I don't think there's any chance of us saving these people. I think they're beyond saving at this point. But the world does need to know what's happened here, what's going to happen here.
I
don't think there's any way we can stop it.
We don't know enough, really, when you think about it. All we know is they're going to suck the atmosphere out, and there's a couple of bugs. What have we really got? Pictures? That's not really enough to go on.
Yeah, but if we can get someone on the inside to pose as one of them, that maybe we could get some more information on them and have them shut down federally.
Do you know how they operate?
I don't really think the government cares whether they're testing weapons on civilians and killing people. They're just doing... I don't think going to the government's really going to help with this one.
That's why we go to the people.
Yeah, probably. We need to go quick though. Whatever we're doing, like if you guys want to stay here and try not to fight them or find out, act like spies out of James Bond movie, that's fine.
I mean, if I remember, we had that paperwork of yours, and it said that they're going to turn the machines off at 7. We could just hide out for the night, wait till the machines are turned off, and then we can do our booking around.
Everyone they could save by messing around here would be dead then anyway, and they're going to come around with guns and shoot anyone who's not dead from the oxygen.
And those oxygen tanks only
They're
last.
already out there, and they got those bugs in them. They're dead anyway.
Oxygen tanks won't last long enough.
We don't know as well that if they're looking after the bugs or if they're looking after the people. You think about the company name, Salient Wealth. You take the S off, what do you got? Alien Wealth. Alien goddamn welfare.
Alien 12. Alien 12.
Aliens. Aliens, I tell you.
Conspiracy theories aside, while this is going on, I would like to just say I'm going to go to the safe house at this point. Whoever else is in
hold
with me...
on. Snails, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, while you're having this conversation, a sound does begin to pick up outside. It's subtle at first, like a whistling, but it builds very quickly into a howling. And if you go to the doors or the windows, you can see a massive dust storm kind of building and bellowing as the wind forms outside, swirling around the firehouse, and you assume the city itself. The sound grows louder and louder until you can't hear yourself think. It becomes a deafening noise, much like a hurricane or a runaway train. It's something that even begins to block out your ability to think before finally it stops. And you hear the high-pitched kind of like whistle sound as like air begins to be pulled through the cracks and crevices of the firehouse. During your conversation, the last amount of minutes you had before the device activated expired, and now the air is being sucked from the firehouse. Luckily, you do have the respiratory devices, so you are fine, but you are now in a hypoxic city with about an hour and a half worth of air.
Okay, 2 things I want to know real quick. One, is the radio tower that Ren broadcasts from inside the city? And 2, can it broadcast like countrywide, or is it just local?
You would know that you are connected to the larger network, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you can send your broadcast out well beyond the range of the city, and it is within the city. It's actually not that far away.
Okay.
Question. What kind of engine does this fire truck have in it?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Are we future engine or gasoline?
This is a gasoline.
This is diesel.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So this is a diesel engine fire truck. Yes.
That truck ain't going anywhere because any engine needs air to run.
He's actually right there.
Okay, well, I know what I've got to do. I know what I feel I need to do. You guys can fight if you want. I'm not really, he gestures down to himself, still in a bathrobe, ruffled hair, twink-looking guy. I'm not really suited for that, but I think the world needs to know what's going on here. This can't just be something that goes silent. And he's gonna... Frankie's current plan is to head to the radio tower and broadcast nationwide the events of this mass culling of citizens.
Can you walk there within an hour?
I mean, I'm kind of with Frankie here. I think we should do that. We should just get the word out.
Let's see. So you would know that Ren is easily within an hour's walking distance. It should probably only take you about half hour to 45 minutes, depending on what the conditions are outside. The other thing that you do know, once the information is shared, that the fire truck won't be going anywhere, is that Ren was recently gifted 2 electric vans. As part of as an angel sponsorship deal.
Yeah, so if you guys want to get out of the city, or if you want to try and evade, come sweeping through with the guns, there should be vehicles there. I don't know how this works, but you're saying diesel doesn't work? We have electric.
Let's hoof it. See if we can find some more oxygen on the way, otherwise we are gonna die.
I'm gonna make my way to the safe house and part from the group.
You need to call the army on this one.
Okay, so let's see, Josh, you said you wanted to try and go to the safe house?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we splitting the group? Is that what's going on? It's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea.
This whole situation seems kind of foobar. Let's go for it.
Okay. So I will make a note, and we will come back to you, Josh.
Okay.
So for everyone else, you leave the fire station. As you are leaving, you do hear the radio in the truck kind of activate. And you hear like a distress, or not distress, but a transmission go out. It's broken up and difficult to decipher at first, but after listening closely, you start to hear, "Be on the lookout for several escapees from Setnifos Delta. Infection status unknown. Presumed high risk. Scramble outbound platoons into search parties and canvass the city. Do not let them escape." The voice continues, listing countless call signs and activation codes before ending its transmission with an ominous final message. "Lethal force is authorized."
Well, that's not good.
Ah, hell, looks like this gun's gonna come in handy.
Right. So, we need to be heading towards that radio tower as fast as we can. They might not think about it, especially if they saw us going after emergency vehicles and stuff.
Don't suppose you got a segue?
No, they did not give us sponsored newscasting segues, unfortunately.
Oh, look at this. What you don't know is that when we don't have, are somehow in a situation where we don't have oxygen, all the firehouse people have hoverboards. Here you go. Here's yours. Here's yours. And here's yours. All of a sudden, I just immediately picture firemen bringing in equipment on hoverboards.
Folding over every 10 seconds.
Don't worry. I'll get you out, ma'am.
Hopefully it's not one of them cheap Chinese knockoffs that burn every 5 minutes.
Well, it
It's
won't burn
from the
in this
government.
anyway.
Of course it's a Chinese knockoff.
Right, let's get going. Let's get going.
So, you exit the firehouse into the city proper. Your visibility has been reduced drastically. It is now full night, as we explained before. It's like close to midnight, as I recall. And in addition to there being no sun, there is now dust everywhere. All of the buildings around you are obstructed, but in the distance you can still make out the Wren signal, like radio tower in the distance, Frankie. And you can see like the red glowing light kind of piercing through. As you're moving through the city streets, it's strange because it is a ghost town. It was a ghost. It wasn't always a ghost town, obviously, but like it was a ghost town before when you were walking through. But now at night, there's something even eerier, spookier about what's happening, and the lack of oxygen in the air makes it so that you're trapped within these rebreathers, hearing your own breath kind of cycled back to you every step that you take. The lack of smell and other kind of like senses that you normally take for granted, even taste really in the air is strange, because all you can taste and smell is the plastic of your face mask. As you are walking through the city streets, you run across a commotion. It happens very quickly. You're only out for maybe 5 minutes, and you see 2 edge troopers on the ground fending off a group of people. It's 3 people. One of them with a gun, one with a fire axe, and one with a knife. And you can see the edge troopers are on the ground, are like wounded and attempting to fend these people off. And as soon as you kind of come around this corner to see the sight, these 3 bedraggled people like turn their heads to look at you. And you just hear that same unearthly shrieking noise that you heard from Sal when he went down in the fight, as one of them points to you and they kind of like shift their attention. We'll be entering combat for the first time. The way that this works is that we go in initiative groups. There are 3 initiative groups, 1, 2, and 3, and it is based on your current agile. So if you'll give me just a moment, I just had to pop open the rules.
I'll turn to Abigail. I'll be like, see? Good thing I got this gun after all.
Does anybody have an agility of 4 or higher?
I don't know because I'm at the pull up my character sheet that I don't have pulled up.
I haven't
I'm unprepared.
for.
Real professional there, Duke.
I'm pretty sure I'm last with one then.
You won't be last alone, I can tell you that.
Yeah, using an agile point last time. So I'll use one here, that's fine.
I am an Agile 2.
Oh, same.
Oh, that's good. You got the gun. You can shoot first.
Oh, oh, not quite first.
I think the lower the number, the lower the score, Carmen.
Yeah, low number not good then.
Okay. So it sounds like everybody is lower than a 4?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a 2, so yeah.
All right, so that means that you guys will all be acting simultaneously in the last initiative group, which, fortunately for you, the enemy also acts in the last initiative group, so they'll go after you. In combat, you each have a major action and a minor action. Your major action is something like attacking or trying to help one of your allies, and your minor action is stuff like moving, reloading a weapon, picking something up off the ground. Because you guys have all kind of act simultaneously, there is no like turn order. You are able to kind of like cooperatively kind of work together on certain issues. Who would like to do what?
Take aim and fire.
Abigail slowly glides forward with her fire axe on her hoverboard.
You go slightly too far into the left, so you have to like back up and turn again.
You goes to the left at the way. Sorry, hold on, hold on, back.
Okay. So one of them has a knife, one has an axe, one has a gun.
Yes.
And the edge trippers, are they like, they have guns, I assume?
Yes, they both have guns. They also have, you can see that they are also wearing some kind of self-contained breathing apparatus as well. One of them is bleeding quite profusely.
They seem like they're gonna try and shoot us, or are they just like happy for the sake of the moment?
They do not appear to be interested in interacting with you. You can see that the one of them is kind of like I said, is bleeding heavily from like a wound, and is kind of down for the count. And the other one is slapping at his kind of self-contained, like at the mask that he has over his face, which appears to be leaking, from like a crack. So they don't seem to care about you very much.
Well, Frankie's gonna try and run up and grab the unconscious dude's gun.
The bleeding one or the one who's still? They're both conscious, but like.
Oh, they're both conscious. I'm gonna go
definitely
for the one with the breathing apparatus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I join Frankie with that? Just help them out. Maybe it could be a bit easier for us.
Okay.
One of them might have a gun. They might try something.
And give covering fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so Frankie, you want to try and steal a gun from one of the troopers that's on the ground?
Yeah, I'm not bare fist fighting a man with a knife. Not today.
Not today.
I go for the knife guy. I don't mind a knife.
So if you want to try and steal from one of the edge troopers, I'm going to need you to make a roll with a target number of 7. To try and
12, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Oh. Oh.
Carmen, why are you rolling? You're fighting a knife guy.
Yeah, I know. We're going at the sort of same time.
Yeah, but we can resolve one at a time.
Well, I was going to suggest, as I got a crit, can I help Frankie a little bit, and maybe with the benefit of that?
Can you either fighting the guy with the knife or helping mug the man?
Frankie trips on his shoelaces and hits the ground.
Yeah, he's still wearing those.
Oh, man.
He's still wearing like fluffy bunny slippers and just falls on his face.
Okay, I'm trying to get a clear picture of what is happening. So Frankie has gone to try and steal a gun and has failed to do so. And you said that you're going after the man with a knife to try and just...
Yeah, I'll go for the knife. Because
okay.
The third guy is pretty much dead. He's either a physication... he's either not breathing anymore. He's got probably...
Well, to be clear, Cartman, there are 3 relatively normal-looking individuals aside from the edge troopers that are assaulting you. So one of those individuals has a knife, and if you want to disarm him, you have rolled a 12, so you very easily do so. But this is a person who's not wearing a to be clear with these individuals, they are not wearing self-contained breathing apparatuses. They are currently in the process of suffocating slowly in this hypoxic environment, and the sounds that they are making towards you are anything but human. High combinations of high-pitched shrieks and like animalistic grunts, and you can see that like drool is kind of coming from their mouths. They do not look like sane individuals.
Well, then it'd be smarter to go after them, I guess.
I highly suggest that we take them out from the distance, because you remember what happened last time to the building manager. You get too close, I don't know with these apparatuses if we'd be able to save you.
Okay, but I will say, because you said you were going after the guy with the knife, that you have managed to disarm the individual, the kind of the person who has a knife. You managed to get in, break their hold on the weapon, and now you are in possession of a knife, which does 1d4 points of damage.
Cool. I need to write that down. Under
Right.
combat proficiencies?
That would just be in your gear.
Okay. Cool. How much does a knife weigh?
It's 1.
Oh, cool. I can do that.
Can I take a shot now?
Yes, you can. Who are you aiming at?
One of the 3 crazy bastards.
Yeah, just, do you want the... there are 2 that are unarmed and 1 with a gun. Or sorry, no, there's 1 with a fire axe, 1 who's unarmed, and 1 with a gun.
I'll take the one with the gun.
Alright, go ahead and roll 1d12 to see if you hit. Your target number is 6.
Whee, 7.
7 is absolutely a hit. Go ahead and roll 3d4 because you're using an Edge Trooper Blaster.
5.
5. You very much wound this individual. Let me just double check their limits. Yes, they are wounded as your shot kind of goes into the shoulder. What you do notice is that there are currently still winds blowing and whipping through. The bullet that you fired didn't seem to be from the Edge Trooper weapon, did not seem to be affected by the wind in the way that you would have expected it to be. You think there might be some kind of fancy smancy technology at work here.
Firing my laser beam.
He said bullet, so I don't think it's a laser.
Got dolphins with laser beams.
Alright, moving on to the next person. Who do we have left that needs to go?
Tuka.
Well, also me. But Josh, do you have an idea what you want to do?
I'm off at the go into the safe house, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so just me. Wait, what about Cap? Cap, what's Cap doing?
Yeah, I'm here as well.
Yeah, what would you like to do in this combat?
Alright, well, I'm assuming there's a guy with a gun, isn't there?
Yes.
Aye, so I think he's going to surprise everybody by pulling a pistol out of his pocket, his hoodie pocket, and he's going to take a shot at this guy with the gun.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Your target number is a 7 due to the high winds.
Got a 9.
Yes, that is a straight hit. Go ahead and roll your damage for your pistol.
Oh, he's a sharpshooter, that's great. Damage was, what was it again? 3d4?
No, you have a regular pistol, so it should just be like 1d8.
1d8, and I've got a combat proficiency to say of 1 here as well.
That actually makes your target number a 10. So the number that you rolled is actually a 10, so you succeeded even better than normal.
Excellent. So just 1d8.
Yep.
Seven damage.
Alright. You watch as this already wounded individual takes the shot, and you put it straight in the chest, and they just crumple in a heap. They're kind of like dying breath coming out in a shrieking noise. You do see movement in the throat of this person, and then from their mouth and nose and orifice, you see a bunch of small insect-like creatures, armored carapaces, strangely like long, spindly legs, kind of crawl out and escape into the area around them. but they don't seem to. Since he's not standing next to anybody, no one is like attacked by them. You just see them kind of scatter into the distance.
Oh, hell no.
Let's see. That brings us to Toucan.
Yes. I'm trying to think of a efficient way to go at this, besides just run up and attack. But I really see no other option. Is it just an empty street? Is there like any vacant cars around?
There are a couple of vacant vehicles like on the sides of the street, yeah. But other than that, it is empty.
Are they downhill of us, or are we on a flat plain?
Springfield is a very flat city, unfortunately.
Is one of them a Tesla?
Well, I was going to see, is there a way I could really quickly run to one of these cars or anything and pop the emergency brake and push it into these guys?
You could try, absolutely, yes. It'll be a minor action to run over, and I'll give you trying to open the door for free. Actually, if people were... Hang on, I'm thinking. If people were abandoning their vehicles in the street to get to safe houses, I would say that it's open. So you can... Yeah, you know what? Give me a D12, and your target number is going to be an 8 to try and push this car into one of the attackers.
Oh! It's an 8.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So which one were you aiming for? The unarmed man or the one with the fire axe?
Well, so here's the question, because I gotta add it. They're all, like, how much distance apart are they? I mean, is the 2 guys lying on the ground, and these 3 guys, like, did they already run a far distance away from the guys? Because if they're kind of in a cluster, wouldn't a car kind of, like, run over all 5 of the people there?
It very well could.
Is there different levels of success in this game? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
know. That's what I'm saying. Is it be like a really, really hard roll, or what? I mean, because like
might be a crit move.
Yeah. So, you got exactly the number. So that is a success with a complication.
Okay.
So I will say, as your complication, you're only able to get enough momentum in the car to hit one individual.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll hit the guy with the fire axe, since they're dealing with the gun and the knife guy. So,
all right. So since you're hitting him with a car, go ahead and roll. I'll say, let's just say 3d4, since you're hitting him with a car.
Okay.
5.
Oh goodness.
So you manage to run over to one of these abandoned vehicles, and you pop the emergency brake, and you begin pushing, giving it a good college heave, as you get momentum building behind these 2 tons of steel and metal, and you do manage to pull wrench the wheel so that way you're able to aim. You're only able to hit the one with the fire axe, but you do watch as he crumples, hitting the ground prone as the car hits him and then drives over his leg very briefly, and comes to a stop before it can do any more damage or havoc. And that was it for the 3 of you, or sorry, for your turn. So the group of you. So that brings us to them. The one with the fire axe is going to get up off the ground. It is hurt, very clearly hurt, and is limping, and is going to attack you, Abigail, since you literally just ran him over with a car. If you would like to avoid the attack, you'll need to roll a d12 with a target number of 6.
All right, let's do that. Can't get me. Oh, did I roll a d6? Oh, goodness.
There's a complication, isn't there?
Ah, still a 6.
Oh, wow.
So, you managed to avoid the attack. There's no complication in this instance, because it's just a simple dodge maneuver. The one who had a knife, and is now unarmed, is going to attack you, Andy, since you took his knife. If you would like to avoid the attack or do something to stop him, it'll be a target number of 6.
Okay. Could I mean, if I've got a knife, couldn't I try to defend myself with the knife?
You could try to defend yourself against him with your knife.
Okay, it depends on the number.
Yes.
Come on,
you rolled
I cut a hand off there.
I will say, because you got an overwhelming success here, you, in defending yourself against him, you're able to get a slash off. Go ahead and roll a d4 of damage against this unarmed individual. 3. You can note that. Yes, his hands reach for you and you just slash him across the wrists, and you can see he is now bleeding heavily. Which brings us back to the players. What would you like to do? Like, what are people thinking?
Do you mind if I go first? Because I'm right in front of this,
we do mind.
Guy.
It's my turn, sorry. No, it's my turn now. I gotta
the
go
ladies first.
last. I'm first this
the
time.
ladies first, right?
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So I want to roll for the gun because there's a gun on the floor from one of the armed guys.
It is in his, one of the two edge troopers are holding on to their guns. They are like one hand on their gun and then like one hand dealing with whatever their individual problems are, but you can absolutely try and steal one of their firearms from them.
But what about one of the I want to call them zombies, but I know they're not. I swear one of them had a gun.
Oh, that's true. We'll call them infected. One of the infected had a gun, and that gun is now on the floor. So if you'd like to use your minor action, you can very easily
I want to roll
pick it
for
up.
that, and then before I pick the gun up, I want to throw my knife at the still alive infected.
Would it not be better to pick the gun up and shoot the gun?
No, because I've got literally a 10 out of 11 inventory. I can't pick the gun up.
Oh, you can't.
So I got to throw the knife first and then pick the gun up.
I thought that was only if you're trying to stow it away that it counts as your...
Yeah, but I've got the gun.
Yeah, so as long as you have the knife or gun in your hand, it does not count against your inventory. So you could just pick up and shoot the gun and still with one hand and still have your knife in the other.
Okay, yeah, gun would be better. I mean, I do want to throw the knife though. That'd be quite cool. Roll it and throw the knife.
Okay, if you'd like to throw the knife, that's a target number of 6.
Awesome. 11.
Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll 1d4. 2. You see the knife flies out and sticks into this creature person's shoulder. They're still moving, but not very well. You throw the knife and you very easily pick up the gun as you kind of try and make some distance between you and this person. That brings us to our next individual.
Very quickly, what is the gun weight and damage?
The gun should be a 1 with 1d6. Yes, it is 1 and 1d6.
Did I knock the fire axe out of the fire axe person's hand when I hit the other car?
I would say that they picked it up again because they used it to swing at you.
Okay. Well, I want that fire axe. So can I chop the arm off of the guy with the fire axe?
You can try to disarm him. Yes. What would you attempting to be chopping off, like with your own? Do you still have your fire axe that you had?
Yeah, I still got a fire axe.
Okay, cool.
Are you starting a collection?
Yeah,
if you'd like to try,
I was gonna dual wield. Just kidding. I know I can't. They're two-handed, but still, one on the back, one in the arm.
Yeah, you can
got
absolutely
one
make
on
an
my
attack
leg.
that attempts to disarm your opponent. Go ahead and roll. Your target number is 6.
Okay.
That's a d6.
Oh. I just keep seeing 6 and 8. Ha.
Okay, go ahead and roll 1d8 for your damage, real fast.
They didn't teach us this in firehouse school. Oh, that's a crit.
All right. So you go in to disarm this individual with your fire axe, and you've hit them with a car already, so they're staggered. But you do manage to hook in and just literally disarm them with your fire axe, literally cutting their arms from their shoulder, I should say the elbows. The fire axe goes clattering to the ground, and they crumple in a heap. I will need you to roll another D12 with a target number of 5 as more insects start bursting forth from their face, looking for a host.
So I quickly reach down, grab the fire axe, and I do a masterful somersault backwards out of the way. Like a Dark Souls, like, dodge, dodge, dodge. Get out of the way.
Excellent. You do. With your 8, you manage to avoid all of the insects, which just kind of scatter into the wind, so to speak. Who would like to be next?
Can I, real quick, as a bonus action, can I just look to see if the bugs are even being affected by the lack of air?
It's impossible to say. They do seem to be moving very fast and skittering very quickly, but their physiology is alien to you. They don't even look like normal bugs, so it's impossible to say whether or not they care about the lack of oxygen.
Oh gosh,
we could do with that kind of rate about now.
I'll go up next then. There's no one else looking to.
Mm-hmm.
He'll push himself off the ground where he's disgracefully fallen, and looking around, seeing things have vastly improved for them. The guy with the gun is still up, yeah, the infected with the gun.
The infected with the gun is dead, and the infected with the fire axe is dead. The only one left is the one that has a knife sticking into his shoulder.
Forley. Barky's gonna try and grab the knife, pull it out, and then put it back in, 2 inches to the left, so it still hurts.
Awesome. Roll me a d12 with a target number of 6.
Okay. Oh, 7.
That's a complete success. You go ahead and roll 1d4 points of damage.
He's helping. He's doing something. 3 points.
I think it's hilarious. I can also sense Bag of Snail's frustration at why we are succeeding every single roll that's coming through. As a fellow GM, it's like, oh no, they're actually not dying. Damn it!
I think that might just be you, me.
As we, as you go in, you manage to easily grab the knife. You pull it out and then you put it back in, like you said, 6 inches to the left. But in doing so, you watch as the body before you crumples down onto the ground, and I'll need you to make another d12 roll with a target number of 5 as more insects burst forth.
That's another 7.
Yeah, you easily evade them. It's almost like they're avoiding you.
Frankie lifts one arm, still in grotty bathrobe, sniffs, and then puts it back down again to see and figure out why.
And with that, the combat is over. All that is left are the 2 edge troopers who are on the ground, kind of propped up against a wall.
You check to see if they're dead?
Yeah, sorry, should we go over there and see how
and make sure of it with a gun?
One was bleeding out, one was choking, let's find out.
You can see, investigating them further as you guys kind of gather around, you can see that one does indeed have a massive crack in their respiratory mask, and their unit is basically bleeding oxygen out. So this person is going to start suffocating soon. The other person, the other edge trooper on the ground, is barely conscious. They are holding on to a massive wound in their side that appears to have been caused by that fire axe that the infected was holding. Neither one is in a position really to fight with you.
Eddie, you got any duct tape?
Well,
I don't want to say it, but should we take their oxygen?
I was thinking about that, because only one of them is going to live in the best case scenario, and even then.
Hey, EMT, can you take a look at the one with the wound in his side?
I was going to suggest that, yeah.
Do you think he's going to make it?
Alright, let's do some medical checks then. Anything you to roll for that?
Yeah, so are you just trying to see whether or not this guy is going to survive, or do you want to try and actually do something to help him?
Want to help?
Okay, yeah. So that would be a target number. Let's see, I'm looking up your character sheet now. Are you using medicine to try and help him, or are you just using your standard kit that you have with you?
Yeah, I've got plenty of medicine. I picked up some from the apartment, and some from that failed drug deal that we found.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to give him a bunch of E.
He'll be up in just a second. Stab him with heroin. Don't worry, he'll feel great.
I found regular health kits, and what else did I find? I found some uppers as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, normally the target number to try and help this guy would be a 14. However, you have on your character sheet you have like a special medical training, so that's reduced to a 10. If you want to use the medicine that you have to try and help this guy, like to stabilize him so he won't bleed out here on the spot, your target number would then be reduced to an 8. Because this is a very severe wound.
Okay. I mean, I guess my guy, he'd give it a go anyway. Gotta give it the old college try.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, Deke. I mean, I'm all for saving people, but what if one of us gets hurt and I hate to be the bummer and I hate to do this, but what if we need that medicine?
Damn it, I'm not gonna just leave this guy to bleed out.
I know, but the other guy's got a bad mask and he's got a good mask. I'm not saying leave both of them, but I'm saying we might swap masks and take the guy that's doing okay.
He's not dead till he's dead.
I can fix his mask.
I was say, if you got that duct tape, just put it over the goddamn crack. If that one dies, we take the mask. Job done.
I mean, I'm an engineer, so I can probably do this.
Whatever we're doing, we need to do it quick, because we are on a timer here, folks.
Takes a qualified engineer to put duct tape on.
Well,
I've got a repair kit, so I can do that.
Okay, well, okay. What are you going to do, Cap? Are you going to save him or not?
Well, we're going to attempt to save him, but with everybody shouting at him and everybody getting in his way, unfortunately, he doesn't get there in time, it looks like, because I've only rolled a 4.
God.
You can spend your ability points to increase that to an 8 if you would like.
Yeah, we're not going to spend 4 ability points on that. I think we're just going to take the fail on that.
All right, and then Cartman, you said that you were going to try and put duct tape over the crack in the one guy's mask.
I've got a repair kit if that helps to roll.
You don't need to roll. It's just you managed to like get in, put the duct tape over the crack in the mask, and it forms a seal. You can see there's a couple little bubbles in the duct tape where the air is trying to escape, but you have successfully managed to save this edge trooper. The other one...
Is this like a full face mask kind of thing, like over their head and everything, or...?
I've been picturing them as like stormtroopers, but with transparent bits over the face.
I just pictured him with duct tape, like completely covering the entire mask with duct tape, and so like he just looks like a mummy.
This is a...
I like to go for the 100% here. Is there... Kat, would you be interested in sharing the 4 points and we go 2 each?
On this one guy?
Or what?
We are...
Yeah,
we are
duct tape mask guy,
it.
not the others.
I've tried it, I've expended a medical kit on him. I think I've got 2 left now. Yeah, I'll just take the fail on that.
Does one of them have a gun that we can use?
Well, the dead one.
So there you go.
The dead one does have a gun that you can take. He's not...
And also, we might as well snitch his... you know, guys, we might as well get his oxygen mask as well.
That's not a bad idea.
Or anyone that wants, live through this.
Who wants the gun?
They're wearing uniforms. I thought it's a very good point to take their uniforms as well. I mean, the uniform of one, so that's a good.
It could be a good way into the safe house.
Good disguise, correct.
I'm not interested in sneaking in there, so...
Do we have the time to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might help with patrols or something, We could... One of us could be, a trooper, and then we could be doing the whole thing of, I'm just escorting these people to the safe house and get by a trooper.
We're saying this right in front of a trooper. It's definitely going to redo us in.
Snails, do we have time to do that?
To try and strip them and take their uniforms?
Yeah.
Well, one's okay, isn't it?
One is listening to us say...
Just looking at us as we're yanking his clothes off his body, like, hey, what the hell?
One of them is alive and holding... time doesn't really seem to be the key issue here. The key issue is that you have successfully repaired one of their masks, and he is now, no longer incapacitated, and he does have a gun, and he is, kind of making his way to his feet. And he does say to you...
Okay. Sorry, go on.
He does say to you, I appreciate what you guys did for me and tried to do for my friend. I can turn a blind eye to you, maybe you taking his gun, and I can maybe send some patrols going the wrong way, since we were out here looking for you. But if you try and take my gun and strip me, then we're going to have a fight.
I'm
That
gonna
sounds
sneak up behind him.
perfectly fair, my good man. Like,
Four of
it's
us
over.
holding a gun to him.
No,
And
no,
I,
no.
sneak up behind him and knock
We
him
really don't
out.
want to get shot wearing oxygen tanks, my guys.
That's a good point.
So, yep, perfectly fine, understandable. Sorry about your friend. We're just gonna go. Right.
Can I sneak up behind him and
No,
knock him
to an
out?
undisclosed location.
I want to sneak up behind him and knock him out.
You want to sneak up behind the edge trooper and try and knock him out?
Yeah. Just,
We don't need
quick.
to fight. We just.
No,
saved
we just
his
knock him
life.
out.
What is the point?
Well, first thing you know is he says, I'm going to divert people. And I'm sorry to say, I don't trust that he would divert. He may exactly just send people directly on us. And just as he said, he confirmed what I was afraid. That radio broadcast was indeed about us. They're wanting us. We can't let him tell anybody. At least if I knock him out, it'll give a smidge of time.
And he's gonna get eaten by the bug people. He's gonna get so eaten by the bug people.
Yeah.
Can I just rip the duct
Benson
tape
does
off his
not
face
approve of
again?
this action.
If we want to kill him, sure.
I wasn't going to
Why
kill
are we?
him. We're leaving the mask on him, but I can't. We can't have him just walking back. We can't. I'm sorry, we can't trust his word.
We gonna leave him unconscious next to a dead body in the middle of the infected apocalypse?
I mean,
We don't need to. If he tries to tattle on us, we have guns now. We can defend
it
ourselves.
gives us
pretty good.
it gives us a smidge of time. You say guns, you're already mad that I'm about to knock him out and leave him in the apocalypse, and you're already talking about killing his friends.
If they attack us, he ain't attacking us. He's chilling.
He's got a point.
I'm all fine with self-defense, but this isn't self-defense no more.
We're all having this
It'll
out
work
loud while he's still conscious and just hearing me talk about how I want to sneak up behind him and knock him out. I think a surprise is gone now at this point.
Yeah, the trooper is very much not a fan of this conversation, and he's going to try and run away. So unless any of you...
That's probably your best bet, my man. Good luck.
Unless any of you want to try and stop him.
Absolutely
I'm gonna take the oxygen tank from the other guy. Because I know it ain't gonna have an issue, and I'm gonna throw it like a spear and hit him in the back of the head.
You're wasting. Oh my god. We need.
He hasn't gotten very far. Okay, I threw it 10
You're
feet.
throwing
Oh my
our
gosh,
life support
it's
at a
so
guy?
far away. How could I get the oxygen back 10
If
feet
it
away
breaks.
from me? It doesn't break.
If you
It's a
throw the
metal
tank,
tank.
I'm gonna aim and shoot at the tank, and it's like in the air.
Don't aim. Oh my god.
Why would you do that? Okay, no. Now I'm on Jay's side. What the hell? I literally just talked about hitting him with something.
Oh my god. Frankie has
Now you're
turned up
talking
with a
about
bundle
legit
of
just
absolute
getting rid of it.
clowns.
Well, yeah, but what happens when you shoot an oxygen tank?
It explodes, which we
No,
don't want to have happen.
No, it doesn't explode. It goes.
Frankie's just gonna start putting his fingers.
It turns
in his
into a
ears So he
torpedo.
doesn't have to hear us and walking off. We're going.
No, it doesn't explode, but it does go off like a torpedo. Like it'll go through a wall.
This
like
is
it'll
a
shoot all that
terrible
O2
idea.
out.
Can we just go to? Can we
I
not?
want to knock him out. Now he's running away, and now he knows I want to knock. Now he knows I want to knock him out, and now he's gonna go tell his buddies. Now I have to knock him out.
How about when this is all over, we get you into a fighting ring, so whatever weird, violent urges you're having
Okay,
can get
while
dealt with.
the second I say that, I go ahead and grab the oxygen tank and throw it like a spear.
You are
Okay. Alright, so you are throwing it at the edge trooper. This is going to be hard to do, because it's not meant for throwing, and it is heavy. So this will be a target number of 10 to throw and hit the edge trooper.
Oh my god.
What's my target number for shooting the tank?
No, don't shoot.
Ugh!
Oh my god.
All
Why
right.
would you shoot the tank? That's a 3, so... Like does it fall and hit my foot and shit.
No, it does. Luckily, you do huffed it, but it does not. It does not make the range that you need. And when it hits the ground, it hits it incorrectly. It hits it wrong, and the top part of the tank where the nozzle and like the tubes kind of come out from that feed your mask itself snaps, and it just jets off into the distance.
God.
Well, I'm sure that no
damn it.
one in the entire world could ever have predicted that that would happen. Can we please go now?
Well, ain't that a pickle?
Yeah, right.
It's a slow clap.
So, anybody else got any better ideas?
Going to Radio Terror and
I'm
getting
just gonna
the hell
sit
out
over
of
here. I'm gonna sit over here and put my and twiddle my thumbs and not do anything else for a bit.
Let's get a radio place.
Dejected, I've got an axe in each hand. I'm just like dragging it across the ground and just like go up against the wall and just lay there and like get in the fetal position. Like I'm stupid.
Serious question.
alright.
Is there like a grocery store nearby?
What?
There's probably one nearby, but not within like immediate walking distance. You would have to go out of your way to a grocery store.
Is there a place I can find a can of Raid?
Oh.
There,
How to read Insect Repellent.
not in the immediate vicinity. No.
Damn it.
I'm sure we'll have some raid, like maybe in the storage closet up there. Let's get going for now.
Oh, yep. I know where we keep the raid.
I was
Too
gonna
many
ask
goddamn
if
bugs.
I was gonna ask if one of your goals in life was to buy milk. You got a kid waiting an awful long time back home or something?
No, but snails, please add that in.
I'll see what I can
cigarettes, either way.
Fine can of Raid.
Abigail's got a Twinkie from right before they quit making Twinkies. That's like worth thousands.
Oh
like
no!
One of Josh's Twinkies. It's like sitting in her pocket, and she's like, "Oh, this Twinkie goes nowhere. This is my goal."
Alright, let's go.
Okay, you continue on to Ren. Let's see. As if navigating Springfield's streets at night in hurricane-force winds wasn't enough, the clouds of dust in the air have begun to grow thicker, making it harder and harder for you to see more than a few feet. The buildings around you become little more than looming shadows, twisting and distorting at the edges of your vision. You do your best to follow street signs on your way towards the city's edge, when you see a warm red glow in the distance. As you approach, you can make out 4 letters emblazoned into the metallic tower, piercing through the gloom. Ren. Before you have time to take in the inviting beacon, the sound of gunfire and shouting in the distance underscores the urgency of your situation. You have officially made it to Ren. Immediately upon arriving at the front door of Ren, you are illuminated by the flashing neon coming from the sign above. Its light cutting through the oppressing dust like a knife. The double doors in front of you are locked, and the windows are caked with dust.
You ain't been cleaning this place too often, have you?
Hey, you try clearing out this massive building every damn being the only one around here.
In any case, the van should be nearby. What's Carmen's character's name again, real quick?
Andy.
Andy, you can probably, you're like a techie guy, right? You can probably...
Yeah, I know where we keep the keys. They're in the office building inside. We'll have to go around the back. So that's where that's how I get in.
Alright, you can probably get us in too. You got your keys for the building, yeah?
Doesn't Cartman's character Andy hate Frank?
Oh yes, for sure, 100%.
And does Frank have like a little bit of disdain, or like just doesn't really care? Is kind of showboating?
Frankie does not. Frankie's character sheet literally says, "Oh yeah, that guy, my best friend. We've known each other since we were kids.
I was about to say
that guy."
You asked out like metagaming what his name was, and it would have been so funny. Like in character, Frankie was like, "Hey, oh, what's your name again? Who are you?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anderson. Anderson, right? Yeah.
Right, Andy, can you get us in?
Yeah, I got the key. I just need to just open her up, go over to the office and get the keys for the trucks.
Yeah, I'll head upstairs. I gotta...
You should send out a message as well on the loudspeaker.
That's my plan. My plan is to broadcast this as far as we can go. But you guys need to be, like, in the trucks ready to go, because as soon as I start talking, they're going to know exactly where we are.
How long is it going to take you to get that equipment ready?
The recording equipment takes a couple minutes. It's not... Well, we usually do takes longer, but I'm just looking for big bones.
Andy, where's your goddamn Raid? And a couple of zip ties.
Yep, that's all in the storage closet, just down the hall. I'll go and grab them quick, and then I'll go and set the microphone ready for Frankie.
I'll just sit over here and practice my whistling.
Yeah,
How about Abigail? You guard the door.
there shouldn't have been anyone in the radio station exit, unless they've come in since. Yeah. We should be good in here, but I don't know if they sound the radio drum or the edge troopers or what.
Well, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna make some raid grenades.
So I guess while they're doing that, if there's like vacant cars around, can I just like start like popping the emergency brakes and like kind of moving them to make a barricade around this station?
I'd say that you could probably do that.
Hey, Scottish EMT guy, can you help me real fast?
Who, me?
Are you Scottish EMT guy? What the hell? Like, what are you talking about?
I like the idea that he actually
Sorry,
said who
Snails,
me.
go ahead. I thought that was going
No,
to go
you
by
fucking
faster
didn't.
than that. Apparently it didn't. What the hell? Go ahead, Snails.
Yeah, I'll help her out.
Yeah, luckily, with the two of you working together, you're able to barricade the front entrance to the radio station fairly easily. No, it doesn't. Once you get done, nobody's going to be coming in or going out without having to crawl over some cars. Inside the foyer of the radio station, you can see several comfortable-looking chairs in the middle. In the middle of the foyer, there's a coffee table with a variety of magazines on it. In one corner, there's a large, well-taken-care of plant that has a name tag on it that says Forest. And the room merges into an L-shaped hallway with doors on either end. Now, Frankie and Andy, both know that, like, at the end of these double doors, one set goes towards the parking garage as well as some offices. The other set goes to the on-air studio and, like, the engineering studio. There is a supply closet where you are able to get raid.
Yay! Will that actually have an effect on the bugs?
That is an excellent question.
Would your character even know if it didn't have an effect on the bugs?
That's a good point, I know. Yeah, okay, don't tell me until it comes to it.
Okay, so your raid grenades...
While they're doing this as well, Henson's going to have a wee look around, see if there's any, like, what do you call it, like storage for medicines or any other sort of drugs that you can use.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d12, and the higher the number, the better.
Oh, D12.
Oh, but see, while he's rolling that,
junkie.
I'm going to say that Abigail is probably going to look for a supply closet kind of thing for like tools and stuff, maybe maintenance, like a maintenance crew room or anything like that.
Yeah, Andy is able to show you where that is easily.
I think Henson just had a jackpot here. He rolled 12.
Yeah, so there's not anything useful in terms of medicine in the offices here at Ren. However, you do find the keys to the electric vans, which were not where they were supposed to be. You're kind of moving around and you're checking through one of the manager's office, and you find in one of his drawers the keys to the electric vans.
He's disappointed, but he takes them anyway.
Yeah, we got a 12. Surprise, surprise, this place is a meth house. They're just like, you open up a door and there's an entire meth factory, and they're like, oh god! You open up another one, there's little herbology place. Oh yeah, it's full on drugged in central.
See, what I was going to say was he opens up the van and it's full of cocaine. Let's go cocaine bear on this shit.
We'll take this moment to swap back over to Josh's character, Mark Spade. Kind of going back in time a little bit, the others have left you behind at the fire station, and you want to go across the street to try and get into the safe house? Okay. You cross the street, and you can see that there is nobody standing outside of the safe house. Once you get there, the doors are locked and shut. And the entire building, as you'll recall, is covered in this canvas plastic to kind of like seal in all the cracks. And you can see it kind of doing its job now, where the air has been sucked out of the environment around you. It looks like this plastic has been form-fitted to the building itself.
There's no way I can physically rip the plastic?
You could possibly cut the plastic. It's not very thick, but there's the front doors. You could try and look for another way in.
Well, since I have time running out, I'll quickly try to look for another way in if there is one.
All right, go ahead and roll a d12. Your target number is going to be a 7.
Josh's character, I'm going to save these people, immediately cuts open the plastics, takes all the oxygen out of the safe house, just kills everyone instantly. I've saved them. I freed them through this horrible plastic.
They're looking around. You're not able to find a good way in, except you do find what appears to be an open window on the ground. This warehouse, it seems like there's like it goes slightly subterranean, so like it sinks down below ground level a little bit, and on the ground you find what appears to be an open window into a bathroom, but there is a thin layer of plastic that is kind of like sucked into it. You would have to cut your way into it to get inside of this bathroom, but you could in theory do it if you had a cutting implement.
Question. Wouldn't the plastic be bulging outwards if the pressure is negative on the outside?
Got a point there for the vacuum.
You know what? You're right. I am incorrect, and you are right. So it is, instead of sucking in, it is bulging out. So there's like a big bubble.
Oh, good job, Matt. You had to make our host feel... you had to belittle our host. Thanks. Good job. The last time they're ever going to deal with us. Ever again.
It's all good. What would you like to do, Josh?
At this point, I'll turn my video camera on and start recording and show the paper again and say if anything happens to us, this needs to get out there. And then I set that down. I do a quick search around. Do I find anything that I could use as a cutting implement tool?
You know, I'll say that you're able to find, like, there's some kind of sharp rocks that you could probably use. It won't be easy, but you can probably cut your way in through with that.
Okay, would I be able to grab a couple of rocks and head back up to that spot that I found and try to cut through it?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me, we'll make this a trivial check, just because you're trying to cut through, like, plastic with rocks. So roll again, and as long as you roll better than a 3 or better, you'll be able to cut through this plastic.
3. Exactly.
Yeah, your rock breaks as you're kind of getting through, but you do cut through the plastic, and as you do kind of like rip it open, there's this rush of like fresh air that immediately begins whooshing out towards you.
Just like a balloon when you open it. You
would you like to try and enter the bathroom?
I make sure that I grab my camera and bring it with me and let the piece of paper float away so that they don't have any evidence on me. Yes, I would like to at least find entryway into this bathroom.
Okay. As you do, once you get inside, you can hear a whistling sound, like a high-pitched whistling sound as the air is kind of like sucking out through the hole that you had made. Coming into the bathroom, you see the door is kicked open by several edge troopers who are leveling guns at you, and they're demanding to know what you're doing. Who are you?
We were instructed to come here. The group left me. I'm not a part of them. I'm by myself.
What, even mention this?
I'm not with those criminals, you know, specifically the ones that everybody that only criminals would know about. I don't know them. I don't know where the bodies are that we've just killed.
They're gonna.
Actually, he wouldn't.
Yeah, actually, you know, you wouldn't know. So, as you're kind of like saying this, the edge troopers are going to call for you to get on the ground. Are you going to comply with their demands, or are you going to stay standing?
I'm going to stay standing and ask if we could do this a more civil way without guns being pointed at me, considering I don't have any weapons on me and I will let them search me.
Roll a d12 with a target number of 7 to try and convince them to handle you more civilly.
9.
They kind of stop for a moment, and like you see there's 4 of them, and you see 3 of them kind of like look at one who's slightly more in front. He just kind of shrugs, and they approach, and you submit to a search.
Yes.
Okay. The edge troopers zip tie you after confirming that you have nothing like weapon-wise, but they do zip tie you, and they run a rod across your face. There's some beeping, and one of them says it came back negative. You says the words negative. Another edge trooper goes, and you can see has a big roll of duct tape and is working on trying to close the hole that you made to get into the safe house. With that, Josh, unfortunately, you are now in edge trooper custody, and that unfortunately is the end of your character's arc in this game.
Oh.
Go ahead and mute your mic. You're done. You might as well leave. Oh my gosh.
You could probably stop your recording if you really wanted.
That's such a bad turnout. Oh god.
My apologies.
I was about to say he's actually succeeding in these roles, and Josh's luck is not been wearing out. This is very strange, but it all came to a head. His luck really did wear out in the very end.
Josh's character is now in the custody of Salient Wealth, and his future will be determined by their whims.
Wait. So, I just gotta ask this: if we had just went into the safe house, would it just ended right then and there?
No. No.
If we complied, then yes.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh.
If the other things could have happened had you all gone to the safe house before the ARDs went off. But unfortunately, this is a case of somebody breaking into a secured location after the ARDs have been activated, and is now being kind of granted the same privileges that maybe you would have been granted had you gone in the front door during the general evacuation.
Poor Josh. Sorry, Josh.
Captain Lamar's just sitting there and goes, I feel a disturbance in the goddamn force.
We're missing a source.
Moving back to the other group, Andy and Frankie, were you two going to try and get the radio broadcast up and going? Was that your goal?
So I've got some games to play here. So I'm the audio engineer, so I'm gonna start, getting the microphone working, and yeah, I'm gonna sit Frankie down.
Frankie's gonna real quick see if there's any clothes he's left here that aren't a disheveled bathrobe. It's a radio broadcast. Never mind, he's not.
Frankie, you don't need your fancy togs on. You just need to sit here and record this goddamn message.
Okay. You would know that that in order to get the station up and going, you would need to go to the engineering office. Entering your office, Andy, you see that it is more disheveled than normal. Somebody has come through and ransacked your office. Wires are tangled and cut. Plugs have been unplugged or just straight up broken. Somebody has come through and done a job to try and make sure that this radio station never broadcasts another message, or at least not without a lot of work. That said, you could potentially still jury-rig what is left to get a message out, but it would require your engineering expertise.
Frankie's or Andy's?
Well, I can use my repair kits, right? So I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, you could use this would be Andy's engineering expertise. Since Frankie is just the voice, he doesn't actually know necessarily that much about what goes on in the thing. You could try to use a repair kit to try and to fix it.
Yes, and I've also got these specialities of popular mechanic. So that's a 1.
Okay.
Oh, you rolled a 1?
No, popular mechanic 1.
Okay.
Okay. So,
and I've got a repair kit, so I can probably do this if I get a good roll.
Yeah. So the target number would normally be a 10. I'll say with your repair kit, it comes down to an 8. Your popular mechanics will increase your roll by 1. So you need to roll a 7 or better.
Oh, 6. But I can help. I can add shit, right?
Yeah, you.
So we need to help me by maybe by spending a point.
Maybe spend tenacious so I can keep helping me. Like maybe something goes wrong and Frankie helps out. Fix it.
Okay, so if you want, you can absolutely spend a point of tenacious, and you manage to get a barely functional solution. Essentially, you've had to cannibalize wires. You've pulled things apart and put them back together in ways that they were never meant to do before. But it won't. It's not a long-term fix, but it will work for this message that you were trying to send out.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, not you, Andy. You're important for this, and everyone else, you should probably get down by the trucks. Because again, as soon as this message goes, they're gonna know. They don't already.
Roger that. Who's getting in truck 1? Who's getting in truck 2? We might want to go pick up our, what's the other guy called? Mark, wasn't it? See if he's in there still.
He was right by the safe house. I don't know how much O2 we got left. Double back and then go.
Good point.
Well, it's his choice to go back to that safe house. I think he might be dead.
I was just trying to save him.
Andy, count me out when you're ready.
Okay.
It's gonna be the most important message the station ever gives.
Right as they're getting set up, Abigail rips off her sleeve, makes it a little bandana, puts it around her head, gets a little bit of dirt with 2 fingers in each hand, puts it underneath her eyes, and go, "Let's do this."
Let's do this indeed. I like your spirit. Right.
Ready to race.
Count me in.
Okay, this is the plan. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna count you in. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and before she doesn't see me do this, but I'm gonna switch the microphone off before she starts talking.
Oh shit. Okay, I don't know this. Okay, cool. 3, 2, 1. This is Frankie Forenoon coming to you live with an urgent message for our entire nation. There has been an infestation and an infection, borderline zombie apocalypse here in Springfield. There is chaos on the streets. There is a pseudo-military coup. And worst of all, the whole town is going to be real quiet real soon. There are amnesiacs being applied. This cannot remain quiet. I urge you all to be cautious of our dear favorite old military sponsors, Salient Wealth, as they have unleashed a plague of, best I can describe it as, zombified locust upon this entire town and plan on wiping all evidence of their misdeeds off the map. The bugs seem to infect people by going for their face. Face coverings seem to deter them at least slightly. They are planning on killing anyone who isn't within a safe house, whether or not they are infected. They cannot be trusted, and, well, if you don't hear from me again, you'll know why. It is Frankie Forenoon, an emergency message for the nation. Over and out. So they clap his hands and ask Andy, how did that go? The signal stayed good?
I'm gonna say yes, it is. I just gotta compact it, and I'll meet you in the vans in 5 minutes' time.
Absolutely. Right. Don't wait too long. I don't want
just
you getting left behind.
Load the file.
Alright. Let's get the hell out of here.
And when they close the door, and whilst I'm on my own, I'm going to then record my own message. So 3, 2, 1. So I send the message of, this is Ren Radio Station, this is Andy Morgan here, we need help. We have a terrible situation happening now. It's we have bugs coming out of people's faces, no joke. And the terrible company behind it is Sapient Wealth. Is that right?
Asking no one in the recording booth with you because no one's gone.
That's it. Yeah, please help us. We need help. We need army. We need people to come and help this place. There's machines here. They're sucking all the air out. It's terrible. And yeah, this is Andy Morgan over and out at Ren Radio Stations.
Awesome.
Oh my god, intentionally or not, that is perfect, because Frankie's message was a general warning. And Cartman, like, his character's an engineer, not a radio show host, and he's told people to come to the town that's got the zombie plague. That's... I don't know if you meant that, but that's perfect.
I've made my goal of upstaging you, but I'm only an engineer.
That's great.
Okay, I will need you to roll a d12 for me.
Sure. Any target or just roll it?
This is a lucky roll, so you don't get to know the target number.
7.
7. Okay.
Did one of us have the car radio on? Is that the lucky roll?
That would be really funny. But no. So yes, you go and you meet up with the others as you are making your way into the parking garage where the vans are. You make your way to the electric vans, and as you've kind of like recollected and are kind of getting ready to get into them, you hear a gruff voice speak from the distance. Emerging from the shadows, you see several hulking sets of matte metallic armor emblazoned with a fiery ocean wave. One man steps forward and kind of greets you and says, "Hello, my name is Colonel Curtis Abraham, and I'm here to bring you back to the safe house."
Raid grenade!
I don't think those people are fake.
Just toss it like a smoke grenade.
Wait, so are you throwing your raid grenade at the man who's Colonel Curtis Abraham?
Yes.
Bunch of people holding
Yes.
Hold on. He's like 30 feet away and it like goes 5 feet and just hits the ground.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is like 7 or 8 cans taped together.
It's raid though. It doesn't do it doesn't fog or
Is raid clear or is it like colored? I've never used it before.
Well, it doesn't do a fog. It doesn't do smoke or anything. It just sprays a liquid. It'd be about as much smoke coverage as a sprinkler.
Oh.
Can we at least try it?
You know what?
I mean, go for it.
If you want to.
Yes, if you want, you can throw your raid grenade at the colonel. Your target number is an 8 to hit him and have it be effective. Oh, that's a critical
12.
hit. So what happens is you hurl back and you activate your grenade and you throw it, and it doesn't quite work the way that you anticipate it to. It actually bursts apart on impact with the ground because you've thrown it hard enough. Several of the cans rupture and begin flying in multiple places like tiny torpedoes, causing the troopers to just kind of gut reaction scatter because they don't know what's going on. You've managed. It doesn't create a smoke cloud, but you have created a large diversion for the colonel and his men, allowing you time to get into the cars.
This is almost like a Bullwinkle cartoon, just absolute hilarity. He comes out all big and gruff. "I'm Colonel," and he goes, "Oh shit!" And all of a sudden his cans go flying past and he hits the ground.
Meanwhile, I'm just shouting, "Raid grenade!"
Yeah, Matt is playing Bugs Bunny.
Pretty comical.
Right. Let's pile into the van side.
All right, you avoid combat and pile into the vans. Driving through, like punching it, the electric vans give you no sound and no warning, so they take a little bit of getting used to. Do you want to try and hit one of the edge troopers on the way out?
Yes.
Are we in 2 vans or are we in 1 van?
There's enough room in 1 van for everyone. So
okay. Well, Henson's
do they have like
driving
sliding side doors kind of thing, or
it's sliding side door? Yes.
Okay.
So he is not going to try and hit somebody on the way out.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to hit the dude on the way out?
No.
Okay. So we have Henson in the driver's seat.
Who's ever driving by? I'll take care of it. So I slide open the door, and I'm like gonna try and swing at one of the troopers as I go by with the butt end of the axe.
Okay. Go.
Can we shoot out the back?
Huh?
Can we shoot out the back? If you go from the side, can we shoot out the back?
Yeah, there's back doors
as we drive off.
There's back doors as well, so you could shoot out of the back if you wanted to.
Yeah, actually, why not? People with guns to take top shots.
So yeah, if anybody who wants to try and take a shot or a swing on the way out, go ahead and roll a d12, and your target number will be 7.
I want to go for the general.
11.
If you're going for the general, the colonel, your target number is actually an 8.
Well, I went for the general because I got 11.
Yeah, I'll say general as well.
Yeah, it's general. That's 3 for the general.
Okay.
What's the damage? D4 for D8 pistols.
You have a regular.
week away from retirement.
3d4.
Which pistol do you have, Cartman?
Oh! 10.
So
5. 17 damage with the general.
Just throw a can of raid at this motherfucker and pull it.
You know what?
I have to.
I don't know if Bag of Snails is listened to a little bit of our podcast, but this is really fitting considering how fast you guys kill a character as soon as it enters into freaking thing. Like Snails, if you've listened a little bit, there's quite a few characters where I've had like maybe 1-2 dialogues, and then they murder him like immediately.
Oh, you think this is going to be a boss? No, it's going to be death.
Yeah, no. I even thought there might be dialogue. No, they full on just kill everything immediately.
Glass staff 2.0.
So this is fitting. This is fitting.
Yeah, I had to double check his physical limits, and even with his armor value, you just driving on the way out between the fire axe and the guns, you completely murk Colonel Curtis Abraham and scatter his men.
Oh, Snails, does that technically give me another goal succession? Get revenge.
Driving.
Revenge for what? He didn't have time to do anything.
He didn't. He said one line. He said probably
said
one
hello.
line, and then got hit by an exploding can of raid, hit in the head with an axe, and then shot before he could even figure out what
Twice.
happened.
Shot twice. Anyway.
As you pull out of the red station, you realize instantly that driving is going to be a problem, Henson, as visibility is still absolute shit. But the onboard GPS and like navigation system should be able to guide you outside of the city. To complicate matters, you did murder Colonel Curtis Abraham, but his men immediately enter into their own electric vehicles and are now pursuing you in chase.
The world's quietest car chase.
Yeah, there's no roaring of engines in this car
Okay,
chase.
so can we,
It's just
can we shoot
whooshing
at
and sounds
the
of
guys
gunfire.
in their cars then? From our van?
Yes, you can. That was so. In this chase, there will be 2 sections. Essentially, there'll be the people who are driving and or navigating, or want to help drive and navigate, and the people who want to like try and shoot out of the back of the car. Henson, you've already said that you're driving. Did anybody want to try and help Henson drive?
Can you help someone drive?
Frankie will help.
Yeah, this will be mostly like using the GPS and like keeping an eye out for like oncoming stuff.
Is there like is this a completely vacant van, or does it have like just normal stuff that I can like throw out the back to try to...
It'll have like probably a couple of mics and stuff.
It has some like amp equipment. You know, like they have like bands and stuff, and like some like other.
So did I take? Could we like metagame? Did I take any tools with me from the radio station or something?
We can say I don't think there would have been any tools for you to grab from the radio station, but like
a wrench, just a wrench or a socket.
You probably could have grabbed a wrench while you were at the firehouse. We can say that you just had that in your bag.
I mean, if you ask nicely, you can borrow Frankie's gun.
I am going to unbolt the passenger seat.
Unbolt the passenger seat.
I'm going to unbolt the passenger seat. I'm going to open the back doors. I'm going to throw the passenger seat out the back at one of the cars.
Okay.
Question: we had the second Edge Trooper gun. Who had that?
Frankie did.
Frankie. Could Frankie's character not give it to Abigail afterwards?
Yeah, Frankie will get it towards someone else.
Okay, so Abigail, you do have in your possession an Edge Trooper battle rifle. Do you still want to try and unbolt the passenger seat, or would you rather use a gun?
I used to detail cars, so unbolting a passenger seat like takes like 2 minutes, like not even a minute. like takes 2 seconds. It's like 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. So you just pop it up, and I just kick open the back door and I throw it out because then they have to swerve to miss it. So even if it misses them, it'll veer them off. It's an obstacle on the path.
I appreciate you choosing something cheaper than the boom mics.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll. Your target number is a 7. No matter what, you'll be able to get the passenger seat out. 11. You unbolt the passenger seat from the side. Frankie has to kind of like do a little shuffle to like get out of the way, and you manage to go to the back of the van as you're speeding down the road, and you throw it towards your oncoming pursuers, and it just impacts into the front windshield of the closest like pursuit car and embeds into the windshield, causing the driver to just kind of like crumple and the car to veer off, swerve, and slam into a nearby building, leaving you with 2 pursuit cars.
What's one down?
Where I'm from, we try to do 2 things: kick ass and not shit our pants. One of you guys failed on the second one. It really smells in here, but I've got the first one covered.
Real quick, this is a radio van. Could we broadcast from in here?
You don't have the current setup, unfortunately.
Never mind. Just curious.
So can I take a shot at the one of the other cars, but the guy in the driver's seat? The driver's seat.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll. Target number is a 7 because these are edge troopers.
12.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him critically. Roll your damage twice.
I wonder if it's going to be a headshot. Damage twice, so it's 2d6.
Yep.
What's your knife? Isn't your gun 3d4? Or no, is that the edge trooper gun? Nope,
the edge trooper gun is 3d4. Yeah. 11. You take out the other pursuit vehicle as you kill the edge trooper behind with a headshot. The car swerves off, and you are now pursued by only one as you make your way towards the edge of the city.
Well, I'll take a pop shot. Hopefully I don't fuck it up.
How many chase scenes have you been in? Because that was pretty expertly done. That's kind of scary.
8.
8 will hit.
Okay.
And you do have your proficiency, which actually means it's like a 9?
Yep.
So, yeah, you completely succeed.
Boop. 9.
You severely wound the remaining chase car, but he is not destroyed in the same way that the others are. Coming up, he manages to come up and attack the van basically bodily with the car. He's trying to ram you off the side of the road. Captain, if you could have Henson make a roll with a TN of 8, please.
Yeah.
To keep from being shoved off the road.
6.
But Frankie's with him. I can help out, right?
Yeah, you can upgrade that to an 8 if you want to spend points.
Would I be able to kind of? What he's gonna try and do is slide his leg in between and hit the brakes so that the car trying to slam us misses and goes in front of us and swerves off the road.
Yeah, you can spend points to do that.
So
that sounds like it.
Yeah, easy. I'm gonna spend some cunning points.
Okay.
If that's allowed, because I feel like it's a sneaky thing to do.
Yeah, I'd absolutely allow some cunning spent to do that. You all kind of lurch in the car as it suddenly brakes, and you watch as the pursuit car comes in front of you and swerves, crashing onto the sidewalk, continuing the chase. Who would like to go next? As we kind of come back around.
If we're just going to pop shot at the car, can we not all roll at the same time?
Sure, yeah, if you all want to take a shot at the car with your guns.
How close is it to our vehicle?
It's very close. It's right up alongside you at this point.
Oh,
I know you threw a seat, but please don't throw Frankie at the car.
I was going to say, don't launch out the back.
I was going to say, why can't we just jump on it?
No!
I was about to do that, actually. Cartman, do you want to jump to it with me?
No, I think
I'm going to grab Andy. Grab Andy, we're going! And I'm going to jump to the other car.
Alright, okay, we both jump together and we both land on the hood. Now what?
Roll
Well,
I don't know. I didn't
to
think
see
this
if
far
he's
ahead. What do
full
you
of
do?
him.
This is we're gonna have to roll.
I'm gonna point my gun at the guy's face and try to pop a shot off.
Oh, we gotta roll
Roman,
first.
chill,
Hold
chill,
on.
chill.
Let's roll first. This
Snails do it.
We're going to do it under the tires.
This is a difficult task. So, jumping across is you're jumping from one speeding car to another speeding car. The TN is going to be a 10 for you guys, but I'll say that choose one person to roll, and the two of you can do it together.
Would you want to roll too? Because I don't mind.
Oh, you've been rolling 12s this entire time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and let you roll.
Oh yeah, no, I've been rolling.
This is gonna
12,
be
and
my
then all of a
famous
sudden I
last
get
words.
one.
Famous last words.
Jinxed it so bad.
Double.
Oh, you can add stuff too, though. Strength for agile probably works.
Snails, can I give 2 points of strength to give them an extra push?
Absolutely.
Push us out.
So that'll bring you to.
I thought about this. I kind of thought about this, like, story-wise. This would make just a little bit more sense on this. I jump across, and I jump across just fine. But Andy jumps behind me and doesn't make it quite far. And I feel like what Abigail would do is then rear back behind her, grab him in midair, and throw him up against the car using 3 points of strength and, hurting herself, getting the physical stress.
Yeah.
I really feel like story-wise, that kind of feels like that would happen.
Then Mac.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then it'd be with Abigail. But then, yeah, it's gonna be a case of I bounce off the car and you grab me, don't you?
Yep, I grab you and bring you're fine, but I spend the 3 points of stress, 3 points of strength, and make get a physical stress by grabbing you in the air and bringing you on. So we're safely on the car, but I'm physically stressed.
That's cool. Then I'm gonna put the gun in my trouser pockets. I'm gonna climb and try to get into the driver's seat because I want to drive this car.
Well, there's a man. There's a man in the driver's seat.
I'm hoping I can pull him out. Sort of.
Oh. Okay, if you would like to try and pull the man out of the driver's seat, that is a.
Please tell me you're screaming GTA, motherfucker.
Go ahead and roll again. Your target number is an 8.
Okay, I'll go for that. Fine. I'm going to spend on this because this is kind of like I want this car, and I've got the points to do it because I can use. I'll use all my careful points. Yeah.
How are you?
Use all my strength and just like tough it out. And just like
how much strength do you have?
3 left.
So, your strength would make more sense for this. I'm not sure how you would carefully be on top of a moving car, ripping somebody out of it.
Stealth and concealment. That's what it says under careful. He has no clue that there's a person right on the side facing him in the window, looking in the window, opening his door in the middle of it, trying to, in the middle of a car chase.
Strength, but I'm going to have to just muscle my way through it and just, force him out. He's fighting me, I can feel him. But I'm like, nope, and just grab his face and just, out he goes. Because luckily he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
It wouldn't have mattered if he did. But yeah, you leap across the car. You in midair. You're grabbed by Abigail, who slams you up against the hood, keeping you from rolling off to your doom. And then, in a display of incredible strength and agility, you reach through the open window, open the door, and rip this man out bodily out of the front seat and supplant yourself into the front seat of the driver, the pursuit car. You now have control of a Salient Wealth electrical vehicle and a firefighter on the hood of your car.
I was gonna say, can I slow down carefully and Abigail can then hop in the front seat?
Oh dear God!
Yes, you can.
Oh no!
You can easily slow down. In fact, the car naturally starts to slow down as the person who was driving it is ripped out because their foot's no longer on the accelerator.
Oh, thank the Lord! You are such a benevolent GM, Snails. Just so you know. My absolute asshole of a GM. I'm sitting there thinking, well, roll for it to see if you can do it. Then he fails.
Tucken's sitting there thinking the DC should be 11 for every check you've had us make. I remember the DC 15 athletics check to get a small incline. Don't think I've forgotten.
Yeah, so you guys reconvene. like you as you continue towards the city edge. Hey, bud. Sorry about my dog. Up ahead, several powerful beams of light slice apart the dust clouds filling the chaotic streets. The wind's currents seem to be growing weaker, and you feel yourself believing that you might be once alive. That is until the smoke clears and you realize the source of all that light. A massive roadblock ahead, blinding overhead floodlights, automatic car barriers, at least a dozen edge troopers standing armed to the teeth. Looks like the only way out is through the barrier.
Hold on, guys, I got this. What was that? Can I put out a second raid grenade?
If you would like, yes, I will allow you a second raid grenade.
As we're doing this, Abigail is in the car already unbolting the passenger seat of this new car. Ready to go. Ready to go.
God damn it.
Hold on a minute. Does there happen to be a conveniently, positioned truck with its bed just a little bit down, you know? Maybe something can ramp
jump
off.
it.
Yeah.
You know what there is?
It's Grand Theft Auto, full on Grand Theft Auto. You see a floating coin that's got a 5 on it, spinning at the top of it. 5 points, we gotta do it!
Looking ahead into the barrier, there are several weak points where it is not it appears to be very hastily constructed. There are several weak points where you could potentially try and ram your way through.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ram it in my vehicle. I don't know what Cap is gonna do. A Hans?
Yep, he's gonna take the challenge and just ram.
I'd like to say, for story reasons, as this goes up, I drop the grenade out the back and it rolls off on the down road.
Okay.
How many of those do you have?
I don't know. It's however many snails left.
I would say you had 2. You had 2 grenade grenades. This is going to be a hard check. So the TN to successfully barrel your way through is going to be 12. And so Henson and Andy will both need to make their rolls separately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a 4.
Oh, shit.
So should I roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Oh, god damn it, Cartman. 12.
Okay, so for the van, anybody can add points to this roll, whether it's if you can think of a way that you could contribute to getting through, whether that's you're saying that you're firing your gun to try and soften the roadblock, or whether or not it's grabbing hold of the steering wheel to try and help keep it steady, or even just putting the foot down on the gas. And
Okay, I think Freddy's gonna put 2 towards it for vigilant, looking for a weak spot in the barrier.
Yeah, so Henson's going to use a couple of skill points, seeing as he's the one that's driving. I'm thinking vigilance, seeing as that's the perception, that kind of thing. And 1 for tenacious.
okay, so that gets you to 8. You'll need 4 more points to succeed the check.
Can I dump 2 out of agile? Just to say I'm firing out the back kind of thing. Or firing out the side. And I don't know, would I be able to do careful somehow?
You did throw down a ray grenade. Maybe that propelled you through.
Sorry, you said you were dumping 2 into it, yeah?
Yeah, into cunning for shooting out the side or something.
I can do cunning as well, too, to try and...
Okay, so that's 4 points from Frankie, and then 2 from Captain, and 2 from Mark. We'll bring you to 12, which will be a success. Frankie, you do take 2 points of physical stress, because you're over your limit. But with that, the 2 of you colliding in these weak points at the same time manage to burst your way through the barricade. Gunfire coming in from every angle. You push through, and the cars are very much worse for wear, battered, bruised, broken, but they're still driving, and you manage to get out on the other side, out of Springfield proper. You are now free 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, no. You've successfully escaped the city of Springfield. What are your characters thinking as you kind of break through? And as you're kind of driving out, within 5 to 10 minutes, you no longer need the oxygen masks. As you can see, the dust has settled, the winds have died down, and oxygen has returned into the area around you. What are your characters thinking?
I need to buy some goddamn shares and raid.
My character is thinking that I hope the army's on its way. I hope my message got out all right.
Henson's feeling like a bit of a hero because he was driving one of the cars.
Frankie's feeling great. As far as he knows, he's achieved the greatest thing he could. As far as he's aware, he gave a message that might have helped people, might save people if this happens again. Ren Radio's certainly going to be known. Now that he's got the biggest story he's ever gotten.
I feel like such a dick now.
Abigail is 100% concerned with the people of the town. How many people probably died? She's not happy. Really not. I mean, all jokes aside, she really isn't. I would say with her character, she's very upset. Definitely with... there's no telling how many people died when the air was sucked out. How many people... because how little people made it to the safe house and things like that. So that has her very, very down, very depressed, I would say.
Then very quickly then, just a little epilogue on the end there. As I'm in it's only me and Abigail in the car together. I'm gonna turn around and see Abigail looking all depressed, and I'm gonna be like, Abigail, what's the matter? Why are you feeling down? We're alive. We just got out of that terrible place. We can tell the world our story.
I told them that we're here to kick ass and not shit our pants, and I failed at both.
I don't know about that. Well,
I know
smell
that.
What's that funny smell?
Awesome. As you drive off into the sunset, there are a few things that we need to do to clean house. The first is that the broadcast that you sent was in fact successful. Despite Colonel Curtis Abraham's attempts, that roll that you made, the lucky, was high enough that the broadcast went out and was not stopped and jammed by Colonel Curtis Abraham. So you were successful in getting the message out. The second is that, unbeknownst to you, two amongst you were infected the entire time. The very first roll that I had you make in the game, the very first lucky roll, was to see whether or not you started the game infected. And unfortunately, Abigail and Andy, you were both infected.
We're in the same car together. Yeah.
In the same car. As you continue on to the next city, you will continue and spread this infection on.
Oh shit!
Repeating the cycle of
Can we make a roll whether or not we just veer off the road and explode? Don't worry, God will handle it.
We can make a roll if we start changing. If we start changing whilst we're driving or something like that. Oh shit!
Nah.
No, unfortunately, that's towards the end. As a final thing, does everybody want to reveal what their secret goals were?
Oh sure.
Yeah, I'm at the end now.
Yeah, sure.
So, Andy's secret goals were, take the spotlight from Frankie was my main one. That was that's all it was, just take the spotlight from Frankie somehow. And I feel like I achieved that by spiking the message.
And also by being patient zero. I'll take the spotlight right away. Frankie's was just to find a big scoop. Ren Radio was failing and they needed something to help them out.
So Frankie's goal was to get a big scoop on a story, yeah?
Which he did, even if it didn't get out there.
Yeah. A success as far as you know. Toucan, what was Abigail's goal?
Her goal, she had an ex-wife, and they had 4 kids together, that after they were divorced, had a really bad custody battle, but she still loves her ex-wife. But hers were all about basically just being with her, wanting to be her kids, find words to say, and a way to say them to her kids. Those were her 2 goals from what I see here. But but she doesn't get to see her kids very often. Basically, mostly they're with her ex-wife Carmen. So,
what a bitch! Fucking hate Carmen.
Fucking Carmen.
God, no, I was thinking more San Diego.
Yeah, hers is a little sad. Little sad with hers.
Captain, what were Henson's goals?
Well, Henson wasn't just looking for those medicine and drugs because he's a helpful EMT. He's also a junkie. And if anybody asked me at any point to use the uppers or downers that he found in that drug deal, I wouldn't have been able to because he took them. He was taking them every time that people weren't looking, and my stats were going pretty crazy in the background.
Ooh. Well, that's interesting. That's actually really cool.
So your character was actually a junkie, not a drug dealer.
No.
Mark, what were Lamar's secret goals?
Yeah, he was a sketchy boy.
Being ex-Salient Wharf, Salient Wealth even, he was burned up pretty badly by them as he got kicked out. His main goal was to get revenge, discover the identity of his private investigator who was going and looking through, well, hopefully looking through any of the Salient Wealth data or things like that to expose them. But other than that, yeah, just basically cause a bit of fucking chaos for Salient Wealth.
And then finally, last but not least, Josh, I'm so sorry. What you played Mark Spade. What were your secret goals?
I'm still here.
Did he go away?
I would not blame him.
He's at the grocery store again.
God damn it. We probably never see him again. You might as well tell us, Snails.
As I recall, Mark Spade's secret goal was to expose a Salient Wealth secret. Because their whole thing is that they were a private investigator who knew for a fact that Salient Wealth was up to no good, had their life destroyed by them, and so was looking for solid evidence to get revenge in his own way, without exposing his identity.
Makes sense.
All right.
Well, Snails, thank you very much for your time. This has been absolutely amazing. I think everyone will probably agree that this is a game that's very much well worth buying when it does come out on Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's very easy to pick up. I like the die system, nice and easy. Just roll D12 and you get it, and you get target numbers. And the story itself, I can see quite a few avenues of like different ways of doing it. Yeah, really good.
If Cartman can get it, anyone can.
That's the test.
That's the quote. That's what we're going for on the back of the book. Is if Cartman can get it, anyone can.
Oh, please do. Please.
Oh, that'd be great. That's a quote. That'll be end quote from Pint of Cthulhu. If Cartman can do it, anyone can.
I do like the secrets thing too. I think that's a helpful thing to have. Helps give a character motivation.
Especially Cap's character. Like, it's really kind of neat. That he was taking drugs secretly and like legit as like not just as characters but as actual other players. We didn't know that, and so like that's really cool, you know, like that kind of aspect, the secret. I kind of agree with Jay on that. It's really really a neat add into it.
You noticed I was talking about how his reactions were to things as well, rather than just what he was saying, like telling you how he was disappointed at some things, he was annoyed at other things, or he was doing things a bit calmly. Like, because he just got his fix, that sort of thing.
Hello, I am Matt, the editor of A Pint of Cthulhu. If you enjoy these episodes and wish to hear more, why not support us over on KoFi at A Pint of Cthulhu. Thank you very much, and enjoy the pint.
Hey there, my name is Soren. You can also find me at SorenJ on Twitch, and at Daily Dingus and Pick of Cthulhu on Tumblr, where I will occasionally post art about the campaign.
Hello, I am Ethan. If you guys want to find me outside of the podcast, I am actually a Twitch streamer by trade. I play a variety of games on Twitch. I'm the Red Toucan, but I also upload all of those to YouTube as well, Red Toucan there, and to TikTok, Red Toucan as well.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I go by Captain Hero Man, and you can find me playing video games on Twitch.
Hi, my name's Josh. You can find all of my links at linktree/JoshB66. That's linktr.ee/JoshB66. Thank you.
You can also find us on Twitter at A Pint of Cthulhu. That's at A Pint of Cthulhu. You can also give us a review on your podcast app of choice. Thank you very much, and goodbye.